Hello friends and welcome. 2 days ago, when I was preparing for a Zoom makeup consultation with a client, I applied makeup on one side of my face and not the other. I'll often do this type of makeup application during a Zoom consultation so I can show the results of makeup application on one side of my face and then demonstrate the application techniques to get that result on the other side of my face. As you can see, I've done that with my lips and eyes today for the purpose of the demonstration that I'll be doing shortly. As I was looking in the mirror after I finished putting on the makeup on one side of my face for the consultation, I was really struck by how using a few specific makeup techniques can almost totally disguise the look of hooded eyes. And I want to share those techniques with you today, as well as an intriguing new product for hooded eyes that I also thought might be of interest to you. And at the end, I'll also show you a great tip I just learned to help lift the lip area. And by the way, even if you don't have hooded eyes, these same techniques can work really well for those of us with mature skin who are over 50. Now, I actually did a video on hooded eyes a little over a year ago, but at that time my eyes were only slightly hooded. Now, a year later, as you can see, they are almost totally hooded. Because I often lift my brows as I talk, it can look like I don't have hooded eyes. And I can also look a little less like I have hooded eyes because my eyes are quite deep set. But when my eyes are resting and I'm looking straight ahead, you can definitely see how hooded my eyes are. We certainly keep experiencing changes as time marches on, don't we? But that's why we're so fortunate to have the magic of makeup at our fingertips. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. It was probably obvious from the opening story that I'm a professional working makeup artist, and I've always absolutely loved specializing in helping those of us over 50 look our very best. So thanks for joining me today, and I hope if you are older and looking for makeup tips, techniques, and product reviews that are especially designed for you, you'll enjoy watching my new videos every Thursday. And I also hope you'll subscribe. And a huge thanks to those of you who are returning. I love having you with me and enjoying hearing from so many of you in the comments section below. Thank you. Now let's get to our subject, help for hooded eyes. I'm going to be sharing 7 tips with you, but you certainly don't have to use all of them. I just want to give you as many options as possible from which you can choose. Anything we can do to lift our eyes will help our hooded eyes look their best. So an area of our face where we first need to give some love is our eyebrows. I've already filled in my eyebrows, but if you'd like some help with your eyebrows, I've done a couple of eyebrow how-to videos, and one very recently, which is titled Tips for Sparse Eyebrows with Demos Using Different Products. I'll put a link to these videos in the description box below. And by the way, to find these links in the description box, if you're watching my YouTube channel, simply click on the words Show More under the video and to the left, and you'll find the links. And if you're watching this video on the 60andMe site, I've put a link to each of these videos in the body of the article. The next step is to apply a very light coat of eyeshadow primer that matches our lid color or is slightly lighter. We want to apply a thin coat from the base of our lashes to the eyebrows. The eyeshadow primer is important because it does 3 things. It brightens our eye area, it keeps the oil on our eyelids from breaking through the eyeshadow, which causes smudging or creasing of our eyeshadow, and very importantly, for many of us, it covers up any discoloration on our eyelid area. And because it brightens our eye area, I also like to bring it into the inner corner of my eye area, since that's really a dark cave-like space. I'm going to be applying Urban Decay's Primer Potion in the color Eden. I started at the base of my lashes and applied a little bit right here in the middle and then at the top. And I can just use my finger, or you can use a brush. I like using my finger, and I'm just going to very gently apply it all over my lid area. And it's especially important to get down here right by the base of the lashes. And as I mentioned, I'm going to get that inner corner of my eye as well, because that's a really dark area for most of us, and this will help brighten it up. I have a lot of veins here in my eye area that show through. Also, I have a lot of darker areas as well as some lighter areas. So this really helps everything even out. All of the next 5 tips focus on the importance of the technique we use, the choice of color, and the placement of that color. So tip number 3 deals with our choice of color. We want to apply a lighter colored eyeshadow than our skin tone color on the entire eyelid area. If you have darker skin than mine, then use a color which is a half to 1 shade lighter than your skin tone color. We want to use a light color because light colors make things come forward and therefore look bigger. And dark matte colors make things look smaller and recede. I'm going to be using a vanilla color from Laura Geller called French Vanilla, but you could use a very light version of any color. Today, I'm just going to stick with the vanilla. Because I'm wanting to put a lot of product on at one time, I'm using a dense, thicker brush, which really helps me apply a lot more product more quickly. I also like to apply it on that inner corner, again, just to lighten up that area. I'm also taking a very tiny brush and I'm going to apply a little bit of this vanilla right under the arch of my eyebrow and just touch up this inner area again. The application right here under the arch of the brow also helps lift the eye area. Tip number 4 involves both choice of color and placement of that color to create a crease. Since many of us with hooded eyes either lose our crease area because of the skin coming down over our eyelid or the crease area becomes smaller, we're going to create a brand new crease with a medium tone color since we want the crease area to recede. This will create more depth and dimension in our eye area. But in order to do this, we need to find the orbital bone in our eye area. We want to put this mid-tone crease color right under that orbital bone, right in the middle of our eye. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with this medium light color from my Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette. Here's the eyeshadow palette I'm using from Juvia's Place, the Warrior 2. I'm going to be using the 2 lightest brown shades in this palette and going to be combining them for that crease area. One is at the bottom in the middle, and you can see I've hit pan on that already. I use it so much. And the other color is in the top row to the far left. So right here, I can just feel where the orbital bone is, and most of us will easily be able to feel that orbital bone. So I'm going to put this mid-tone crease color right underneath to create a crease. I'm using this soft, fluffy brush, and I have the most color on this brush at the very beginning of application. So I'm going to start right in the middle where I want the most color, and I'm going to put it just right in that crease area in the orbital bone. And then as I have a little less color, I'm going to go toward the nose area. Now here's the most important part. We next want to look straight ahead into a mirror without lifting our eyebrows. It's likely that we won't be able to see that crease color that we just applied, but since it's important that we can see that crease color because we're creating a brand new crease, we need to bring that color up higher until we can see it. Then, since we've used most of the color that was on our brush at that point, we can bring the brush up higher toward our eyebrow so we get a beautiful gradual gradation or fading of the color as it goes up toward our eyebrows. Now I'm going to look straight ahead into my mirror, and because it's off to my right a little bit, I'm going to be at a bit of an angle, but I'm going to let my eyes rest and I'm looking at that eyeshadow. I can see a little bit of it, but not much. So I'm going to increase the height of that eyeshadow in the crease area. I'm going to start again in the middle, and I'm just going to bring that color up a little bit higher, so definitely we'll be able to see it. I'm creating a brand new crease basically. Now as you can see, as I rest my eyelid, I can't see it as much as when I lift my brows. And as I mentioned, I'm going to softly bring that brush upwards after I've applied the bulk of the shadow with my first few seconds of application, and then I'm going to bring it up toward the brows. And that way I get a really lovely fade of the color, so it just becomes lighter as I go up. So I think now, as I rest my eye, you can see more of that crease color in my eye area. Next, we want to bring that color all the way across our eye area. But instead of following our eye area down as our eye shape naturally goes, we want to go straight across, which will help lift our eye area, and then we bring it down to meet the edge of the eye. I'm basically going to be creating a backward 7 pattern. So instead of following down like this, I'm going to go across, straight across that eye area, and that helps lift the look of the eye. And then I'm going to bring it down. The next step is to use a slightly darker color on the outer area of the crease that we've created and along the outer lash line, and then join those two areas together by patting on or stamping on a darker color, which I'm going to go ahead and do now. For the stamping on of the color, I'm going to be using this thicker, denser brush. So I'm going to be using the color in the middle top row, the black to the right of it, and the maroon color underneath the black. Now, because I have a lot of crepiness, I'm going to just slightly stretch this area so I can make sure that I get all of the skin. Otherwise, I'll definitely miss some of the skin area. And I'm just going to pat on the very outer corner of the crease and then on the very outer corner of the eye. And don't worry, we will be blending all of this in. And notice as I blend, I'm doing small circles, so again, I catch all of the skin area, not just doing windshield wiper like that. And I'm also bringing it up. Now, because I lost some of that lighter color as I did that, I'm going to just add a little bit more. And I really want there to be no demarcation between where that darker color on my lid is and where the lighter color is, so I'm just going to go over that. Now, if you feel this area has some harsh lines at all in it, and I'm using a clean brush just to go over it one more time, but if I still felt these edges were too harsh, I could take the brush that I had the lightest color on that I used on my lid, and I can simply gently go around that very outer edge. And that really blends everything together. Now I'm just creating a light day look, but I could go in with darker colors in the outer crease and along the lash line to create an evening look or a more dramatic look. Or some of us may just like to go in with a deeper eyeshadow look on a regular basis. It all boils down to personal preference. I want to get my eyes even, so I've just added a little bit more darker color so I can match the other eye a little bit more. Now on to step 5, which is eyeliner. I like to apply eyeliner along the lower lash line first, and I'll show you why. I'm going to take a lighter color than I'll use along the top lash line and apply it only along the outer 1/3 of the bottom lash line. I'm going to use eyeshadow as eyeliner and a small, firm, angled eyebrow brush to create a softer look. Now, the reason I like to apply the bottom eyeliner first is so I can create an upward pattern at the end of my eye for the eyeliner above my lashes. By following this natural curve at the bottom of the eye up beyond the eye, we'll be lifting the entire eye area. But we want to do this very lightly and then tap out the upward end of the line so it looks very natural at the end. Let me show you. So I'm taking this angled eyebrow brush and I'm dipping it into the 2 brown colors on the top row. Then I'm starting at the outer part of my eye, and again, because of crepiness, I'm going to just gently stretch, and I'm going to very lightly apply the shadow, and as you can see, I'm following the natural curve up. Then I just want to pat the edges just to soften it. And then I want to make sure that there's no harsh edge where the eyeliner starts, so I'm just gently going over that with a brush. A Q-tip would also work. As you can see, it's not a deep, dark line, but it just adds a little bit more dimension and emphasis to the eye area. Now, let's talk about the eyeliner above the lash line. Most of us with hooded eyes don't really have much space where we can apply eyeliner above the lash line since the hooded area comes down over our eyelid. So we have several different options. We can do any one of these options or we can do several of them. The first option is to tightline. That means applying a waterproof eyeliner along the waterline under the top eyelid. I'm sure some of you can easily do this, but for some of us, it's just not feasible or comfortable to do. Unfortunately, because I have extremely sensitive eyes, I'm unable to tightline my eyes, so I can't tightline my own eyes, but I can show you how it can be done. So to tightline, I would take my lash line, my lashes, and just gently lift them. And then I would use my eyeliner and I would just go along that space underneath the lid. A second option is to place eyeliner color right between our lashes by coming up toward the eye from below the lashes. Let me demonstrate that. So from underneath my eye, and again, I'm just going to lift that lid area a bit, I am just gently tapping on eyeliner, just right between the lashes. I think you can see what a difference it made just to tap a little bit of that eyeliner between the lashes. A third option is to use eyeliner going in from the top of the lashes as close as possible to the lash line using an eyeliner pencil or using eyeshadow as eyeliner. For many of us, it's easier and far more forgiving to apply eyeshadow as eyeliner using a small, firm, angled eyebrow brush or a flat top brush. Using a brush creates a softer look, and we don't have to do it perfectly since we can use the brush to blend everything together so it does look perfect. With this option, we don't want to bring the liner all the way to the end of our lashes. We want to stop before the end of our lashes and bring the eyeliner up to create a more lifted look. I'm going to combine the middle top color with the light black to the right and use that as my eyeliner. So again, I'm going to just gently pull, and I'm going to start right in the middle when I have the most product on my brush and just go not to the outer edge, but just about here, and then I'm going to lift up. Then I want to combine that lower line with the top line, and so I'm just going to fill in that space and bring it up. And I want it to be very light and gentle looking, so I'm just going to tap it out at the edge. The sixth tip is to use a vanilla colored eyeliner pencil along the bottom waterline. This helps the whole eye area look larger. Now for some reason I can apply this vanilla eyeliner on my bottom waterline without it bothering my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and use the matte end of Anastasia of Beverly Hills Highlighting Duo Pencil in the shade Matte Camille. The other end is a highlighter, and I like to use that on the inner corner of my eyes. Here's the matte color that I'm going to be using. And it's good to use sort of a vanilla or off-white, not a real optic white color. I'm going to use the highlighting end right on the inner corner of my eye, just to brighten that up a bit. And our seventh and last tip is, as you might guess, to curl our lashes and use mascara. Curling our lashes and applying mascara definitely makes our eyes look bigger. I'm going to use this Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara for my bottom lashes. And because of the tiny little brush, it helps avoid getting mascara underneath my eyelash area. Just going to gently touch that mascara to the lashes. I think you can see how different my bottom lashes look now. And then I'm going to use my eyelash curler, get at the base of my lashes and curl. It's amazing what a difference mascara makes. And before we get to the tip for lifting our lips, there's an interesting product that's been developed for hooded eyes that I definitely wanted to mention. I've not personally tried this product yet, but I'm talking about it now because I've seen some amazing demonstrations with this product, and I really wanted to let you know about it. This product is called Lids by Design, and it consists of eyelid correcting strips made from medical grade materials that are hypoallergenic and also latex free. You clean and dry your eyelids first, and then you carefully place the strip across the area where the eyelid folds. Next, you press and hold the strip down for several seconds to ensure a complete bond to the skin. And that's really all there is to it. It's available in 6 different sizes and is a one-time use product. Each box contains 80 eyelid tapes. Makeup can be worn over the strips if you apply the company's Color Set All-in-One pencil over the strip and eyelid before applying your makeup. And if you want to learn more about this product, they do have a YouTube channel in addition to a very helpful website. I've put a link to their website in the description box. Now for our last tip, which is a great tip for lifting our lips. Due to gravity and loss of elasticity, many of us notice that our lip area can become more downturned over time, which unfortunately makes it look like we're frowning most of the time. But there is a tip that can help. I really enjoy researching and learning tips from other makeup artists that I can share with all of you. And this is a tip from a fabulous UK makeup artist by the name of Lisa Eldridge. I'm sure many of you have heard of her. You'll notice that my lips look more upturned on this side of my mouth than on this side of my mouth. Here's the secret. Use a little concealer to cover up the top outer edge of your bottom lip. Next, apply lip liner, but bring it up before reaching the concealer. This creates an upward rather than an outward line to our bottom lips. And then I've also made my lips look larger by using lip liner along the outer edge of my lip line and applying a lipstick with some shine as well as applying some gloss. So as you can see, on this side of my lips, I've brought the lipstick right to the edge of my lip line. What I want to do is put a little bit of concealer right on the outer edge of this lip line, and then bring my lip liner up before it reaches that concealer. That little trick of the concealer and bringing the lip liner up a little bit before the concealer will really create an upward lift to our lip line. And applying that lip liner on the outer edge of our lip makes our lips look bigger along with a brighter, shinier colored lipstick and lip gloss. So I've removed that lipstick, which goes along the very upper outer edge of my lip line. I've put some concealer on a Q-tip. And then just applying it. So as you can see, I've basically erased part of that lip line. Next, I'm taking my L'Oreal Age Perfect Lip Liner. I'm going along the outer edge of my lips. And I stopped the lip liner before I got to the very outer edge. And now I've gone ahead and filled in my lip line with both my lipstick and my gloss. Thank you so much for taking precious time to join me today. I really appreciate it. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. And I hope you'll also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And in the comments section below, I thought it would be interesting to share with each other something positive that's resulted from the pandemic this past year. I love the fact that our youngest daughter, who lives in LA, was able to spend 3 months with us over the holidays since she's able to work from any location. And I think I came to really appreciate being out in nature even more. I'm really looking forward to hearing something very positive that resulted from the pandemic that you experienced during this past year. Until we see each other again, I wish you good health and happiness, and I hope you have an absolutely fabulous rest of your day. Take care.